Turks and Caicos has some of the most beautiful beaches in the Caribbean, but not every luxury resort here delivers the same experience. Today, I'm breaking down the best luxury resorts in Turks and Caicos and how to choose the right one for your travel style. But here's what most people don't realize. The difference between these properties isn't just price, it's philosophy. And choosing wrong can completely change your trip. Let's get into it. First, let me tell you what makes Turks and Caicos different from every other Caribbean destination. The water clarity here is unmatched. We're talking water so clear, so impossibly blue and turquoise, it looks fake in the photos. The beaches, especially Grace Bay, consistently ranking among the best in the world. Powder soft sand, calm shallow water that goes on forever. But beyond the physical beauty, Turks and Caicos has a vibe that sets it apart. This isn't the party in the pool Caribbean. This isn't blaring music and beach games Caribbean. This is quiet luxury, refined luxury, the kind of place where ultra high net worth individuals come to disappear, where billionaires park their yachts and nobody bothers them. Turks and Caicos isn't loud luxury, it's refined luxury. And that philosophy extends to the resort. Yes, you'll find some large properties on the main island of Providenciales, but most exclusive experiences, they're on a private island, accessible only by boat or private plane. Places where privacy isn't just a feature, it's the entire point. So if you're looking for an all-inclusive with non-stop activities and entertainment, Turks and Caicos probably isn't your destination. But if you want peace, pristine beaches, and a level of exclusivity that's hard to find anywhere else in the Caribbean, you're in the right place. Now, when it comes to luxury resorts in Turks and Caicos, you're really looking at two main categories: main island resorts and private island resort. Let me break down what each one offers and who they're actually for. The main island, Providenciales, or Provo, as the locals call it, is where most travelers stay. This is where you'll find Grace Bay Beach, and Grace Bay is stunning, no questions about it. Main island resorts give you convenience. You have access to restaurants beyond the resort. You can explore the island. You can do excursions easily. Their infrastructure, car rentals, grocery stores, bars, beach club. And if you want a taste of authentic local culture, the Thursday fish fry is a must.
So we're here at the Turks and Caicos fish fry. It was amazing. Enjoyed everything. Excited to see one of the experiences while you're here in Turks and Caicos.
This weekly event brings locals and visitors together for fresh seafood, live music, dancing, and the genuine Caribbean energy you can't find at resort. We've got footage from our visit, and it's the real deal. Beyond the fish fries, locals pointed us to Noah's Ark for the party scene. And for a more laid-back ride with excellent Mediterranean food, Aziza Restaurant delivers. Great lounge atmosphere, incredible food. If you want a luxury resort experience, but also want the option to explore, dine off property, experience local culture, or have a variety in your days, a main island resort makes sense. Main island resorts are for travelers who want ease, accessibility, flexibility, and the option to step outside the resort bubble to experience the real Turks and Caicos. Now, private island resorts are completely different experiences.
If you haven't tried a private island, you need to try this private island in Turks.
When I say private island, I mean it. These are properties where you take a separate boat or private flight to reach the resort, where there are no cars, where the only people you see are other guests, and there aren't many of them. This is where Turks and Caicos truly delivers on the ultra exclusive promise. And today, I'm focused on two private island resorts that represent the pinnacle of this experience: Ambergris Key and Pine Key.
So we're here at Ambergris Key. We're at one of their exclusive beachfront villas.
Ambergris Key is a 1,100-acre private island with just 17 beachfront bungalows, 2-bedroom oceanfront bungalows, and 11 villas ranging from 3 to 11 bedrooms. That's it. You fly on a private charter, either from Providenciales or directly if you're arriving by a private jet. They have one of the longest private runways in the Caribbean, a 5,700-foot runway that can handle aircraft up to 92 feet in length. The island opened as a resort in 2019, but it's been privately owned since the 1800s. The vibe is rugged luxury, natural, untouched. This isn't manicured gardens or poolside service. This is bone fishing offshore, exploring the 1,000 acres that feels almost wild, dining on fresh caught lobster prepared by your private chef. Our host at Ambergris Key was Monica. Monica was exceptional. What stood out to me most was how she anticipated our needs before we even voiced them. That's the hallmark of true luxury. Service that feels intuitive, not reactive. Ambergris Key is for travelers who want total privacy, world-class service, and an experience that feels more like owning a private island than staying at a resort. Pine Key is a 100-acre private island and a Relais Chateau property with 15 beachfront rooms and 5 private villas available to guests. We stayed in one of their 2 brand new villas, and I'll show you our room tour.
So, not only do you have a great view, this is a real kind of exclusive but secluded island. So it's not really a lot of people here on this particular island.
What's interesting is that while the classic beachfront rooms don't have TVs, which is intentional, part of the digital detox philosophy, the new villas do include them. We hardly use the TVs anyway because the better view was outside. Pine Key has a completely different energy from Ambergris Key. It's Caribbean classic. There are no cars on the island, just electric golf carts and bicycles. The focus is on disconnecting, getting back to nature, slowing down. But here's what makes Pine Key unique. There's a social element. Dinner is communal. Guests gather. There's a sense of community that you don't get at many ultra all-inclusive resorts.
So what I learned about Pine Key is it is very exclusive. I mean, this is a community that really has a limited amount of rooms that are actually available for others to come in. It is a membership, it is a community, and they really don't want you to know about it. I mean, it is, in those simple terms, they love this area, and I see why. It's a place where you can just come, relax, and you don't have to worry about anything. You have a beautiful view, beautiful water. I mean, this is the bluest water I've seen, and they're so relaxed. It's barefoot luxury. It's on your terms. It's whatever you want to do, and this is not for everybody, but it's for the right person. I would just say, just enjoy and look at this.
Our host during our stay was Maya. She was outstanding. What I loved about Maya, in all honesty, what defines the Pine Key experience is how she thought about things before we even knew we needed them. That's the level of service here. Attentive without being intrusive. Personal without being overbearing. Pine Key is for travelers who want privacy and seclusion, but also want a bit of connection with other like-minded guests in an elegant, barefoot luxury set. So those are the 2 private island experiences, and they're very different. Which one is right depends entirely on your travel style. All right, let's talk about what it actually feels like to stay at these properties, because you can look at photos all day, but photos don't tell you how a place makes you feel. Both Ambergris Key and Pine Key require a charter transfer from Providenciales. You're not just checking into a hotel. You're embarking on an experience the moment you board that boat or plane. At Ambergris Key, you land on their private airstrip. Staff greet you immediately. You're escorted to your own bungalow. The energy is calm, attentive, personalized. You feel like you have arrived at your own private estate. At Pine Key, you take a 20-minute boat ride across beautiful blue water. You dock at their private marina. The vibe is more casual, more communal. Staff is warm, welcoming, but there's an ease to it. You're joining a small community for a few days. At Ambergris Key, you have a dedicated island host. They learn your preferences. Your drinks are waiting before you even ask. Your meals are tailored to your taste. It's white glove service without being stuffed. At Pine Key, the staff is just as attentive, but it's more low-key. They remember your name from the start. They know your coffee order, but there's a Barefoot informality to it. You're on a first-name basis with everyone. Here's the thing about both of these resorts. The pace is slow. You wake up when you want to wake up. You have breakfast when you're ready. You spend the day however you want. Snorkeling, bone fishing, hiking, reading on the beach. There's no schedule, no activities director, no agenda. At Ambergris Key, the slowness feels expansive. You have over 1,000 acres to explore. You can spend an entire day without seeing another soul. At Pine Key, it feels intimate. The island is smaller. You might cross paths with other guests on a nature walk or at the beach bar, but it never feels crowded. Both properties deliver exceptional privacy. At Ambergris Key, your bungalow has a private heated plunge pool. Your steps from the beach, you can have meals served in your room, on your terrace, or at a private beach setup. If you want to see no one, you can see no one. At Pine Key, the rooms are beachfront suites with screened-in porches and direct beach access.
What a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. I'm here at Pine Key in Turks and Caicos, a private island. And just look at these beautiful views.
The beach itself stretches for 2 miles and it's almost always empty. You'll have an entire section to yourself. But let me point one thing out. In the new villas, they are not screened porches at Pine Key, but they do have their own private plunge pool. You'll see in the room tour. Mornings at both properties are peaceful. Coffee on your terrace, sun rising over the water, total silence except for the waves. Evenings are where the experience diverges. At Ambergris Key, evenings feel exclusive and customizable. You might have a private dinner on the beach, or dine at the clubhouse, or stay in your villa with your private chef. It's entirely up to you. At Pine Key, evenings are communal. Guests gather for cocktails and dinner at the restaurant. There are bonfires, stargazing. It's social without being forced. Luxury is something you feel, not something you see online. And the feel of these two properties is distinct. Both are exceptional, but they're exceptional in different ways. So who is Turks and Caicos, and specifically these private island resorts, actually for? Let me be very direct about this.
Every trip is not the right fit for you. This may not even be the right fit for the right busy professional, but if you work with people such as myself, we design it for you. You do not have to waste your time on vacation trying to be someone else.
Turks and Caicos is a couples destination. Honeymooners, anniversaries, romantic getaways. If you're traveling as a couple and want privacy, stunning beaches, and an intimate experience, this is your place. Both Ambergris Key and Pine Key are adult only in vibe. Even if technically they allow children, the energy is quiet, romantic, and designed for couples. I would say about Ambergris Key with their big private villas, that's a great place for retreats and maybe girlfriend getaways. So it kind of offers you a little bit more with the larger villas and the exclusivity to have your own private chef and your DJ. So it's more than just couples when it comes to Ambergris Key. They do have a lot more options. They have some more options at Ambergris Key for group settings. We saw an actual birthday group and a celebration group at some of their villas. If your ideal vacation is slowing down, truly slowing down, Turks and Caicos deliver. This isn't a destination for travelers who need constant stimulation. You're not island hopping. You're not bar hopping. You're not doing excursions every day. You're reading on the beach. You're snorkeling. You're taking nature walks, disconnecting from the world. If that sounds like heaven, you're in the right place. If you value privacy above almost everything, these private island resorts are unmatched. At Ambergris Key, you can go down without seeing another guest if you want. At Pine Key, even during the communal dinners, the group is small, maybe 20 people total. Compare that to resorts with 300 rooms, it's not even close. Let's be honest, Turks and Caicos, especially the private island resorts, it's a premium. This isn't a budget destination, and that's intentional. The cost creates exclusivity. It keeps the island uncrowded. It attracts certain types of travelers who value privacy and is willing to pay for it. If you're looking for a value luxury, there are better options in the Caribbean. But if you want the best beaches, the highest level of service, and total seclusion, this is worth the investment. Now, let me tell you who Turks and Caicos is not for. While both Ambergris Key and Pie Key technically allow children, these aren't family-focused resorts. There are no kids clubs, no children's pool, no family entertainment. The vibe is quiet and adult-oriented. If you're traveling with young kids, you'll have a better experience at a family-friendly resort on the main island. If you want nightlife, beach clubs, multiple restaurant options, or a social scene, Turks and Caicos private islands aren't for you. There's one restaurant, one bar, no DJs or parties unless you are bringing the DJ and party to the island resort. Overall, the energy is calm and serene. If that sounds boring, you may want to skip it. But if it sounds like exactly what you need, you'll love it. This one is simple. If you are price sensitive, Turks and Caicos may not be the right destination. The private island resort starts from $1,500 to $2,500 per night, and that's before you factor in the flights and the transfers. And I said starting from. If you're looking for luxury on a budget, there are incredible options in Jamaica, the Dominican Republic, or even Mexico. But Turks and Caicos commands a premium, and you pay for that exclusivity. Turks and Caicos is built for people who want peace, not pace. If that's you, the destination will change how you think about luxury travel. All right, so you've decided Turks and Caicos is for you. Now the question is, which resort? Let me make this simple with a decision table. If you want total privacy, you want a private island resort, maybe Ambergris Key or Pine Key. You're off the grid, no crowds, no distractions, just you, your partner, and 800 to 1,000 acres of pristine island. Convenience? You probably want to stay on the main island on Provo. It's easy access to restaurants, excursions, car rentals, and variety. You can explore beyond the resort. Romance? You probably want a boutique private island. Both deliver intimate, couples-focused experience. Pine Key leans classical and communal. Ambergris Key leans more modern and ultra-private. Space? You want a villa resort, and that's where Ambergris Key comes in. If you're traveling with a family or group, especially celebrating a life event, Ambergris Key's villas offer multiple bedrooms, private pools, dedicated staff. Remember, villas are priced as a flat rate, not per person. If you're looking more of a social connection, Pine Key may be it. Communal dining, casual elegance, a small community of like-minded travelers. You'll make friends there. Now, if you're looking for ultra seclusion, you're talking about you have a private birthday celebration or a company retreat and you're looking for real exclusivity, Ambergris Key, 1,000 acres, rugged natural beauty, your own bungalow with plunge pools, meals whenever you want it, total control over your experience. Now, here's my advisor take on the two private island properties. Choose Ambergris Key if you want modern luxury with a rugged natural feel, maximum flexibility and customization, ultra privacy without any social obligation, world-class bone fishing and water sport, and a resort that feels like your own private estate. Choose Pine Key if you want classic Caribbean charm, a true digital detox, no TVs, minimum tech. Barefoot luxury with a community feel, Relais Chateau dining and service standard, a more intimate, low-key energy. Choosing the wrong resort can change your entire experience. At Ambergris Key, if you're someone who craves social interaction, you might feel isolated. At Pine Key, if you want to avoid people entirely, the communal dinners might not be for you. This isn't about better or worse, it's about fit. And that's where working with someone who knows these properties makes all the difference.
They said basically, this is a small community And they like to keep it that way. It is, if you know, you know. It is a private island here, very limited space. So the great thing is we're here, we're talking and building relationships with management. So when you are ready to come, they know that you are one of Showtime Travel's customers.
The best luxury resort in Turks and Caicos isn't the most expensive one. It's the one aligned with how you travel, with what you value, with the kind of experience you're trying to create. Turks and Caicos delivers on its promise. The water really is that clear. The beaches really are that perfect. The privacy really is unmatched, but only if you choose the right property. If you're planning a trip to Turks and Caicos and you want help choosing the right resort for your travel style, comment Turks, Turks, below, and I'll send you my curated resort list. And if this video helped you, hit that subscribe button. I break down luxury travel decisions like this every week because choosing the right property can completely change your trip. Until next time, remember, you deserve a luxury vacation.